Legacy Minigames were a set of official minigames created by 4J Studios where you were able to connect online with other players and play 3 different game modes of your choosing. Those 3 game modes being Battle, a PvP last man standing game mode where you play on various different maps to be the winner, Tumble, the official version of Spleef, and lastly, Glide, a game mode where players maneuver through a track with different boost pads and vegetation vents with elytras. I can recall the memories of my time on there and having a blast with my friends. When it came to the Battle 16-player matches or trying to beat my friends in Glide, and, well, Tumble was just there. Unfortunately, when Microsoft and Mojang jumped ship to Bedrock, any progress or planned updates to the minigames were left dead in the water. Impossible to return without having a copy of the console editions of Minecraft. And even if you had a copy of the game and a console, there's a high chance you would be unable to find a lobby. Or if you were on the Wii U, well, the online services went down not that long ago, and there was no easy way to play it. Well, that's where LEM comes in. LEM, short for Legacy Edition Minigames, is a project created by its lead developer Emmie, which revised or in the process of bringing back the old minigames. Right now, only Battle's available, while Glide and Tumble are in development thanks to the other developers. In this video, I'll be heavily reviewing Battle and all of its features such as maps, chest locations, best items, technical stuff, and much more, with great input from Emmie, who's been giving me a lot of information I needed for this video. I will have to put this disclaimer right now because I forgot to mention in my last video, but Legacy 4J and LEM is currently incompatible with each other. It's still playable but causes a lot of GUI issues, so preferably it would be better if you played without it. But hey, if you want the classic feel of the game, then go right ahead. But don't worry, this will be fixed in a future version. When you first boot up LEM, you can see how you can choose between Battle, Glide, and Tumble. But like I said before, Battle's the only available one as of right now. Once you click on it, and after some resource packs are being put on, you are jumped into a classic lobby. Some of the first recognizable changes would be the lobby itself, the ready buttons, and everything's practically unchanged from the console editions, and every secret is here, such as the music disc, wearing armor, draining the fountain, and much more. Even when it comes to the lobbies, LEM tries to be as authentic from the console edition versions and stays true to itself. After you've taken a stroll down memory lane, it's now time to actually fight. To start a match, you at least need one person to join alongside you, and from there you get to vote and choose a map. And depending on how many are there, you get to choose to a small, medium, or large map. All the maps from the original are available, such as Cavern, Cove, Crucible, Lair, Medusa, Temple, Atlantis, Ruin, Siege, Castle, Invasion, Shipyard, Frontier, Dig, Shrunk, Halloween, Valley, Festive, Capital, Libertalia, and depending on if you're the host, you can add different various setting rules that I will go later on into the video because it is a bit. Once you decided your settings and pick the map you want to go to, then you'll be sent out to fight. Depending on the map, you may need to load a texture pack, which takes a bit, but not too long. Now, here's my favorite part going into a map. And that's all the music from the Battle minigames has made a return and is safe to be used on streamer videos. Sadly, there is a few songs that does contain some copyright material, and that would be the music from the Fallout maps. To protect yourself from getting copyright strike, make sure to do /trigger save music to mute any copyright music. Just like in Hunger Games fashion, you spawn around in a circle, and once the timer hits 0, it's time for all chaos to break loose. When it comes to spawning, you're supposed to spawn in a circle, but I have encountered you either can be spawned on top or just very far away from the chest, depending on the map you're on. But this is a bug, and that will be fixed eventually. Once the timer hits 0, each player has invincibility for 10 seconds, and during the duration, it gives enough time for people to loot the chest in the middle or close by. There is a few mechanics you should be aware of. Number 1, to be able to grab all the loot from the chest, you have to double click the middle of your inventory. That will immediately bring all the items into your hotbar. Number 2, chest refills after a while. 4 random chests will be refilled with better or subpar loot. Number 2, the combat is pre 1.9 combat by default, so spam clicking is ideal, but there is crits. Number 3, during a 1v1 situation, an event called Showdown will happen where both players are highlighted so the match doesn't drag on. And number 5, be the last one standing. The rules are very simple and self-explanatory, but what makes every round different is not only the maps, but the chest locations and loot pools. Every chest has a randomized loot pool that can determine if you win, but here's a few things about the chests. There are center chests, standard chests, and power chests that are in the same spot each match. There are 2 power chests per map. On large plus maps, which is very big maps, there are 4 chests, and they contain significantly better loot than the rest. Hopefully what I just said was pretty self-explanatory, but you get the idea. And if you once you understand these mechanics, it's a lot more in your control than you think. With that information, you can use it to help greater chances of winning. In the chest, some of the loot you can get is armor, potions, swords, or bow. Items can vary from leather armor to iron armor to bunch of potions or very strong items like diamond swords. Now, onto some strategies. The most ideal way to win the game is just remembering where all the chest locations are and just keep looting until you get better armor. Once you identify what loot are contained in each chest, then you will have a greater chance of winning. For example, if you're able to stay near the center, you are most likely going to get the best gear due to how much loot can be in them, such as diamond swords or totems of undying. But you also need to account with the chest refill mechanic, and that will be 4 random chests will be refilled, and you can't guarantee any chest in the middle will be refilled, and you may need to deal with any players who may want to get near the center as well. Also, extra information you should know is that items such as the diamond sword or fire charges will only spawn once in the center chest and only at the beginning, and never again after a refill. So if you're able to get these items, you have a big advantage over the other players. If you're able to find a power chest, then you have a good chance to be able to camp it out once it refills, but the loot will not be as good as the centered, but a good alternative in case the centered is overcrowded. And for the standard chest, you get subpar loot, which isn't the most ideal, but it can help you win a fight or two. Alrighty, I explained the technical parts of the chest, but I need someone to explain the PvP aspect of the game, because I don't excel in PvP. So I brought up my good friend, Rifty115, to explain their overall PvP experience and what's the best way to go about it and winning a game.
In my opinion, the best way to win a game is to scavenge as many materials as you can and use them sparingly, like farming potions. Get the best armor possible, whether it be gold or iron, and at least get a sword and something with knockback. It can be a stick or a hoe, doesn't matter, as long as it gets people away when you get too low. Also, when in combat, move from side to side. That typically throws people off in the funniest ways possible.
With that part explained, we now need to move on to full behind the scenes work of LEM and the magic behind it. When all the versions of the minigames eventually go down, there was no way for them to be played, but Emmie ultimately wanted to preserve them. She started this as a fun hobby with some coding here or there, but soon it became a full-time project when she decided to take it more seriously when she started moving its code to Java, with major help from Kryptonite, LEM's second developer. And there was a lot of work to be done. For example, how was the maps ported? She used MCC tool chests to convert the maps and fix any errors. Well, for the massive maps, well, that's quite a story. So here's what she said. I got someone with a PS4 edition and sending me the Large Plus files. Large Plus is PS4 and Xbox One only. The new consoles PS4 and Xbox One Switch have their own save format that its existing converters can read except for one, Bedrock Edition. I put the Large Plus files into a Switch emulator, replacing the tutorial world so I couldn't get them to save as a single-player world. After getting each map as a single-player world, I loaded Bedrock onto the emulator and told it to convert to my LCE saves. After hours, it finally did. Using these Bedrock saves, I was able to convert them to Java Edition and use that for LEM. What did any of that mean? I don't know, but all I know is just a lot of converting. Now, with the understanding how the maps were converted, how LEM was made and created, we gotta talk about the features that have been added or will be being added in the future. Now, let's talk about mod tools. Mod tools is a system where you can add new content to the game, which as of right now, mod tools 2 is being worked on, which adds the following, which most of them is pretty self-explanatory. Now, let's talk about more of the actual in-game stuff. LEM added 3 extra lobbies, such as the Anniversary, Festive, and Halloween, and Classic. So the ability to change to these 4 lobbies is in the host options menu. Oh right, I needed to talk about that. The host option menus is basically the ability to host to do different stuff like the combat, item sets, extras, and much more. On my stream, I had a lot of fun messing with these, so go watch this stream if you want more details about that. Item sets. In the host menu options, you have an ability to change the item sets in the random set pool, if that's high powered, classic, remastered, which is basically 1.13 and 1.14 items, and much more. And according to Emmie, a lot of people don't like the decay item set, but the point of this is to change up every map pool, so it's so much more unique and fresh. Spectator mobs. In the extras menu, you can choose between when a player dies, they can become a bat, parrot, vex, bee, playerhead, or a lay, and practically when you die, you get to just float around as a mob. Another option in the host menus is something called just changing the healing and regeneration. For example, beta healing is an option to make the healing system work like before 1.8, or fast regeneration. You heal way faster when you eat food. We are going to another host options menu, and that is the combat and death options, where you can choose to have 1.9 combat, or a combination of the two, or you can have classic. And death options is where you can keep your items when you die or drops them. Stuff like this adds variety to the game to make it feel more unique and different. Other stuff is the quality of life changes, such as changing the time of day in the lobby, transfer the host to somebody else. Now, one of the more bigger changes right now is the map remasters. For example, in Cove, there's currently an unused area being opened up, while locations like Cavern has a whole new Lush Cave area, and on Strong, there will be cool details such as the TV updating depending on the player bar. Another thing that wants to be added is the heart cosmetics, the ability to change what your hearts look like in the tab list when you're alive or dead. NBS Music, a way to load music instead of needing a song file to replace the resource pack using NoteBlock Studio. Now we gotta discuss one last thing, and that's the reason why Legacy 4J and LEM doesn't work together, is because LEM is supposed to be compatible with the vanilla Minecraft GUI, because LEM relies on custom fonts to display most of its UI, and L4J kinda messes with all that because of its different GUI, interface, and much more. So as of right now, the two is incompatible with each other, but will be changed in the future. With that, it shows how much work and effort Emmie the team has been hard at work to making Battle the best experience it can be, and on top of that, Glide and Tumble is in development, so once they're complete, I will return to LEM to show progress on all of them. And when it comes to Glide, there's a lot of big progress on it. Meanwhile, Tumble is... well, Tumble is Tumble. When it comes to leaving closed alpha, they're hoping to fix the cheater problem by the end of the year, so they can be more open to accepting a lot of people to join, and who knows, once private lobbies are available, I might host tournaments if you like it. 4J Studios made high quality modes of the legacy Minecraft, but once Mojang dropped them, we thought it was lost time. But now we have a chance to be able to play these forgotten minigames thanks to LEM. And hey, you might catch me on here someday in the future, because I know I'll be grinding it out. But until then, everybody, I will see you later, and as a bonus, here's a lot of funny things I encountered while doing this video. Until then, subscribe.